Now to an update on a story you saw first on Fox 5. A former D.C. police officer is suing Chief Cathy Lanier and the city. She claims they discriminated against her because she's a woman and she's black. Well, today Chief Lanier was on the witness stand. Fox 5's chief investigative reporter Emily Miller was in the courtroom and joins us now with the latest. Emily?
Hi, Sean. Well, Chief Lanier testified for about 2 hours today. She was mostly asked by Primus's lawyer, Ted Williams, about her staffing decisions in 2007 and the African-American officers that she demoted. Her demeanor was mostly subdued. She was quiet, mostly said yes or no. She was wearing her just white sleeveless, short sleeve shirt, did not have her gun like everybody else in the courtroom, had to leave that outside. And then she testified for about 2 hours and then moved on to the next witnesses.
Okay, Emily, we know this lawsuit is about race and gender. What is the makeup of the jury?
Well, Sean, the jury it's 2 men and 5 women. It looks to me to be about 5 whites and 2 African Americans, so a mix. Mostly older people, and the jury was actually very riveted by the trial today. They really were on the edge of their seats taking notes. Obviously, they have a very high-profile defendant, the police chief. They're paying close attention to the judge's orders.
Hey, Emily, we know that cameras are not allowed in the courthouse there. Did you get a chance to talk to people on both sides of this case today?
Well, cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom and phones aren't allowed, which is something that I learned the hard way today. So it's sort of hard to report these things, these kinds of cases. There's also a gag order on the cases. And so we're reporters, so even though there's a gag order, you still got to ask the questions. So I asked the questions to Ted Williams and Evelyn Primus and Chief Lanier as they were leaving the court today.
We're not able to talk about how the case is going at this immediate time. So we're somewhat reluctant to say anything because the court has told us that we could not say anything, and we do not want to violate any kind of a court order.
And then I asked Police Chief Lanier the same question. I asked her other questions, and I'll say she could only answer one question that if I asked her. You'll hear that in a second.
Are you concerned about the fact that you're being accused of racial discrimination?
This case is under gag order. I can't speak about it. I'm trying to follow the judge's orders.
What are you doing during the lunch hour?
I'm going to eat my lunch.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I've got with me here Bernie Grimm, is a defense attorney, just to give us a little insight into the trial. So this is a civil trial, not a criminal trial. Tell me, how does that make a difference in what the jury has to decide?
Most of our viewers, Emily, are used to a criminal trial, which is proof beyond a reasonable doubt, which is the highest standard of proof there is in the justice system. This is a preponderance of the evidence, so it's much, much lower. So what Williams needs to prove on behalf of his client is whether he's proven the case, whether it's more likely than not. So if you have a scale and it just barely tilts in the plaintiff's favor, then she wins.
And also, when you have something like a police chief, people are confused about this. How common is it for a police chief to be held on these kinds of cases?
The police chief will be named, but just sort of in person on the lawsuit. She usually won't be, or he usually won't be brought in. In this case, the allegations Chief Lanier had a hands-on decision-making in depriving this woman of a job and a promotion because of her race. So that's problematical.
It is. Thank you. Stay with me. So the plaintiff's Primus's attorney is about to finish up in the morning, and then the city, who is defending Chief Lanier, will be taking over the case for the rest of the day tomorrow, and I will, of course, be here. And back to you guys.
Emily Miller with the story tonight. Thank you.